impromptu stream. That's probably why you may be confused on why we're here right now. Today is just a morning practice session of mine. I've been practicing for a little bit already. I'm just kind of testing it out. I'm going to kind of show you what I've been working on the last few minutes and kind of giving you some insight on playing jumpy left-hand patterns where you have to jump up and down the keyboard extremely quickly. So while I'm getting everything set up, it should just take a minute because I'm almost there. Just feel free to say hello in the chat. I love to hear from new and returning students. Also, let me know if this time of a live stream is good for you or not. I know half of you are going to say yes, half of you are going to say no, but I would love to, just kind of get a feel for it. So welcome everybody. And I'm your piano teacher, Tim, by the way, if you are not familiar. But you probably are if you are attending today. All right, let me get the stream up here so I can kind of see everybody. And here we go. Now we're cooking. All right. Okay, let's see. Hello, Winston. Okay, we got our guest here, Winston, our student. Welcome out, everybody. And anybody else joining us, feel free to say hello. We're going to get right on to it here in a second. I know my hair's all messed up, but I woke up not too long ago. That's why it's a morning practice session. Okay. Let's just get right into it, I guess, right? I think that's all what you guys want. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. So what I've been practicing the last few minutes is this excerpt from, it's actually a video game called Undertale that I've started playing this week. Actually, I just finished it last night. It's kind of a short game, but anyway, it's a video game, and it has like the best music ever. Better than Final Fantasy in my opinion, or pretty much anything. It has really, really awesome music. But anyway, I have this part here. I'm starting on this. Let me get it in focus here. I'm starting on this last measure here, this line, and as you can see, you immediately have. Let me see. Oh, I need the headphones here. You can see immediately that you have like this crazy pattern where you have to hit way down here, and then you have to hit way up here, down, up, down, up, down, up. And it actually goes really fast. I think it even goes a little bit faster than that because the melody so I have to play that at the same speed. But as you know, since you have been a student of mine for a while, maybe, but if you are new, the key is obviously number one to do what? To slow down. So I'm not going to play it nearly at full speed. Even if I've been working on this for, probably a week or more, I wouldn't play it anywhere close to full speed. And in fact, I'll probably even go back and forth between playing it a little faster and then slowing it back down, because what I'm going to find is as I start going faster, it's going to have more problems. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. One thing that I did is identify your bottom note that you're jumping to. And what helps to do these jumpy left-hand patterns is to kind of memorize what's going on, because you're going to have to move so quickly from one spot to the next. And if you're a beginner, you're just not going to be able to do this unless you're, really good. So don't feel bad if you're lost. I included a link in the description for you, by the way, if you're brand new. Okay, so you just want to identify what you're doing on the bottom, and then you want to identify what you're doing on the top. This is really where knowing your chords comes in really helpful, because I know that this right away, this E flat and the G, that's part of an E flat minor chord. And actually, if you include the C, it is a C minor chord. Or it's actually a C minor chord, rather, the top of a C minor chord. And then you move up to like a F sharp and A kind of thing, the beginning of an F sharp minor chord, back down, then to like a D major kind of thing. So once you identify those, it makes it a lot easier. Now, you may be like, how are you playing it that well? And you just, did this. I've been practicing this actually for a few days, honestly. I don't know, maybe for 15 minutes a day out of my entire practice session. So remember, keys are identify what's going on the bottom where you're jumping to. Kind of maybe even practice just jumping to that note and then back around where you're going to be. that's kind of going to give you maybe some muscle memory and just some feel as to how far down that's going to go, right? And then try adding in the rest. Like I said, memorizing what's going on is really important. And this one, luckily, thank goodness, this piece, honestly, it just continues the same left-hand pattern again. Now the right hand comes in and that'll be a total challenge, but seriously, for something like this, especially if you're not as good as me, because I've been playing piano for a long time, you are going to want to do this hand separate for sure. And then even the right hand part, I would even learn that separately and kind of memorize what's going on, if you can, theory-wise, like what chords are being outlined. So, you know, like half diminished chord going on right there. So once you are familiar what's going on, it's just a lot easier when you start putting it hands together. So there's less to think about. So here, I'm going to start it. I'm going to play through this first two lines here, and I'm going to share anything else I notice. One thing I noticed right away, let me get back in the frame here. One thing I noticed right away is that I think it's also because I'm talking to you in the microphone, but I'm starting to already lean forward like this. This is bad. You want to sit up straight. You don't want to be too stiff, though, because that kind of defeats the purpose, because you want your core to be engaged. One thing I've been working on is my abs and like different core exercises to get them stronger, and it's helped a bit, I think. I might even make a video on that. But anyway, you want to sit up straight right away, kind of have your arms not way back, like to where your muscles are engaged, but gently back. You don't want them slouching forward. And that's something we talked about before, because that's really going to make everything sloppy. It's going to limit your ability to play. So that's just something I noticed right away, is that my posture is already bad. And I'm sure that's going to come up quite a few times during this practice session. Let me just check in real quick with everybody, make sure everybody is doing good. All right, Winston. Yeah, been a while, Winston, but glad to have you with us. We got Vin here, welcome. And we've got Persuader Sonic. Welcome out, guys. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get me playing through this, and then I can share anything I notice with you guys. So it fell apart a little bit on me. I noticed that what I started to do is I kind of just started to stick to this one. Oh, wait, let me give you guys a piano view here. What I started to do is I kind of just started to stick to this one. Well, while it actually changes. So what am I going to do? I should definitely slow it down, don't you think? So there's really no rush. Nobody's forcing me to go fast. And actually, I just noticed my posture's failing. Oops. I messed up a little bit there. I'm going to try it at that same speed. You want to just keep going at it at the same speed until you get used to that, and then start to speed it up. So that was a lot better. Now, one thing I noticed about my right hand, I had a good fingering here, and then the fingering kind of got sloppy. You don't want to be, shifting and pivoting unless you really have to. So if I work through the fingering here, I have this part that I know is a C minor arpeggio, and I'm just going to use the same fingering basically for that. And then I have another arpeggio here. So I'm going to use the arpeggio finger I've been learning. Another great reason to learn your arpeggios. They really do. Scales, arpeggios, and chords, guys and gals, students, will really, really come in handy all the time. So here we go. And it works so much better. move on to the next line because I did pretty okay with that. I'm not going to speed it up yet, actually. I'm just going to kind of learn maybe some more lines of it before I try to do that. One thing that students always do, and then my posture, notice right away, my posture already is starting to kind of slope forward. And that's from decades of sitting at a computer and playing video games and on the couch, just slouching forward. So that's something that I notice right away. You're going to really want to be on top of that when you practice. And in fact, getting a mirror or actually have a camera right in front of me, that helps. Not all of you can do that, but really, really helps. Although we all have smartphones and things like that, so you could possibly set that up there. So anyway, what was I going to say about this? So scales and chords come important. Go slow. You don't. Oh yeah. The trap that everybody falls into when they're learning one of these is that if it's a song you're familiar with, you're gonna want to play it at full speed. It's just the way things go. You're like, well, this kind of sounds clunky and sloppy. So I really want to speed it up so it sounds like the real thing. That's a huge mistake. First of all, it's going to take you way longer to learn the piece like that. And then second of all, it's just going to not, your fingering is going to be, there's going to be so many mistakes in there that you're not going to be aware of unless you do the slow practice. And you'll notice some parts you're just going to be fudging the notes. You're just going to be a little, I kind of think it goes like this. I don't know. And then it's just, people will be able to tell when you play for them if it's not, they won't be able to tell if it's perfect or not, but they will be able to tell if you've really gone through and ironed out all the things going on there. So those are some of the tips I have for you on tackling something like this, something where you're jumping up and down the keyboard all the time. I'm not going to go through this entire thing because I think you guys kind of get the point. And while I may do a lesson, some lessons in the future where it is just a whole practice session, today wasn't that. I just really kind of had this come to mind while I was practicing, and I wanted to share that with you. So leave a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And let me check out the chat and see what you guys have to say, if anything. Yeah, maybe, you know what, this reminded me a lot of ragtime, because ragtime involves jumping up and down the keyboard really, really fast. So yeah, it's the same kind of thing as there. Exactly. All right, well, thanks for coming out, guys. I don't think I'm going to be here a whole lot longer. I just kind of wanted to see, kind of test this out. I know I look tired because I only get up, maybe an hour ago, if that. But what are you going to do? It's the morning. All right. Oh, yeah. I want to tell everybody here, come back tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to have our lesson tonight about why you should be learning music by Johann Sebastian Bach. Sound good? And then if you want to really start, if you're a beginner and you want to start taking your piano playing more seriously, you want to have a really solid foundation on what to learn or to learn off of, go to pianolessonsontheweb.com, where I have courses there that will really help you do that. And then also, if you have been playing for a while now, my posture is actually starting to go forward again, I see. If you've been playing for a while now and you are really looking to advance your skills, I also have courses over on the website for you as well, pianolessonsontheweb.com. Go check it out. It's a great way to invest in yourself and the channel as well. But I really want you to come out tonight, if you could, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's free. That's just right here on YouTube. Just check out the channel at that time, and you can look on the channel right now. Let me get you guys a link to that so you can maybe bookmark it and go from there. So let me grab a link. I always like to give you guys like an exact link on where to go. All right, let's see. All right, almost there. Here we go. Oh, wait, that's not the right one. That's today's lesson. There we go. Now I got it. All right, I'm going to be sending it over here pretty much right now. All right, this is links to tonight's stream. Guys, go check it out. bookmark it, set the reminder and everything. Actually, if you are interested in attending here on a regular basis, what I actually recommend you do is hop on over to my website again, pianolessonsontheweb.com. If you go over to the community tab, that's and you fill out this form here, you're going to get an email reminder 30 minutes before we meet, which is going to be really helpful. And then you can obviously see what we're learning on the calendar here. We're also meeting on Sunday. We're going to be teaching you about some common chord patterns used in pop music, which I think is going to be really helpful for those that are obviously going to want to learn some pop music, which I think a lot of people do. Okay, everybody, I think I am going to... Oh, okay, so Chrissy's here, ordering my Roland FP60 today. Excellent. Looking forward to lessons soon. That's incredible. Well, that's awesome, Chrissy. I look forward to hearing about your new instrument. I know it's really, really exciting to get a new instrument. Sorry, guys, I have the wrong thing up here. I know how exciting that is. It's like getting a new puppy or a new car. It's really, really awesome. And let me know how that goes. So feel free to come back, and welcome, by the way. All right, everybody, I'm going to kind of head out of here. I just kind of wanted to do a quick stream with you guys in the morning, and I'll see you later this evening when I'm more awake. All right, everybody, your piano teacher Tim here, and I'll check you out later. Thanks for coming.